Okay, so one of the things that you should do is select all of the clips that you have when you're done. You can do that by just going down to your timeline and just clicking and dragging around every layer that you have all the way across. And then just drag it over slightly to the right to leave just enough of a gap at the beginning to insert text. And that text is going to be an intro. So there's all kinds of different text effects. As you can see, I'm just kind of clicking through and looking at them. What you do is take the one that you like, drag it down, and then put it at the beginning and click on trim to fit. And what that'll do is it'll automatically trim it down. So from there, if you double click on that text layer that you just put in there, that'll let you customize what it says. So I'm calling mine how to edit in Google Drawings. So that's just my example here. And once you have that in there, you can resize it. You could change the colors around, the fonts. I'm just kind of leaving mine plain right here for this example. But this is all under the text effect. Again, you double click to get to it. And then notice what I'm doing is I'm just dragging a selection over top of all my clips now, just to kind of slide it over a little bit more to the right to make room for another text clip. And that other text clip is going to say created by Gina Irwin. So I'm going to drag it down there. Notice it's not saying trim to fit because it's too short. So what I would have to do is slide all of that stuff over to the right a little bit more to make that text clip longer, because the text clips have to be so many seconds for them to even register and come up. Now it looks like it's long enough, so I'm going to do trim to insert, change what that says, and I'm going to make that just my name, by Gina Irwin. That way my intro says, the title of my video and who created it. So notice I just played that back and it came up really fast. It was actually too fast to be read, so I'm going to make some more room to extend that text clip. I'm just going to drag everything back over to the right, extend the length of my text clips, go back and play it, and just make sure it looks good. This is something that you always want to do when you edit, is you want to watch your clips. All right, next we got to import that watermark that we made. So you're going to click on import and browse to select, because it should be in your downloads folder from when you downloaded it in assignment 15. So I'm going to go to this one here. It's just an example of one of my students. It's Maddie Gratchix. And when I imported it, it now goes up into my media. Now, like I showed you in the last video, you can organize the way your media looks just by clicking on these little settings up here. You can choose date modify. The most recent then will pop up on top. Helps you find things a little bit better. So I'm going to put in my copy, right, my watermark. Notice when I did that, it's really big, and it's too big for the screen. So I double clicked on it. I went to scale, and then I just dragged it down. And now you can see that watermark. It's real light because it was done correctly in Google Drawings, but it's real light. It's small now because I scaled it, and I'm just going to drop it into a part of my screen that's, like in the corner. I'm going to drag that so that way it says my watermark the whole way through the video. And I just extended that to the very end of my last clip. I actually might put that over to the very beginning so it comes up with my title. And as you can see, it's there. It's very, very faint because it's a very transparent watermark. You'll be putting that watermark in all of your projects now because that's your copyright stamp. Okay, so now we're going to close this video with an ending message. It's just going to be a text effect of your choice. Drag it at the end. Make it say something like, thanks for watching. It's something as simple as that. And again, you can customize the way it looks. I didn't do that just for the sake of time. You can play around with those settings and see for yourself. So when I do that, I'm going to just drag out my copyright, my watermark. So that way it goes into the end. I'm going to watch it. Thanks for watching. There we go. Now that video is finished. So when you make a video, it's meant to go somewhere. So you have to click on the finish button. And then I always choose HD. That stands for high definition. Then I click on destination, Google Drive, and that will put an MP4, meaning a copy of this finished video. It will put it in your Google Drive if you click on that. Now, the exporting process, depending on how long your video is, it could take a while. But if you close your Chromebook, open it back up later, it will be there and show up in the Exports tab in WeVideo. And once you go into the Exports tab in WeVideo, you have the option to download it with that down arrow. I'm going to speed this along because you don't need to sit here and watch that export. Okay, so this thing's about ready to finish exporting. There it is. Now, what you're going to do, where it says share your export, click on that link. When you click on that link, it will take you to the screen where you can download this video as an MP4, high quality, high definition video. So then click on that download arrow, and when you click on download, it will put that on your Chromebook or whatever device you're using. Then you will take that video and you will upload it to Google Classroom. This is how you will turn in every video this year. You're going to click the link, go to download, put that MP4 on your computer, put that MP4 in Google Classroom for me to check. If you don't turn in a MP4 file in Google Classroom for this, you're not going to get credit because, like I said before, I'm grading your video, not your picture edit. So always watch your video before you turn it in, or actually before you export it, just to make sure that everything looks good. I do that with every video that I post for you guys, and 9 times out of 10, I catch something. I catch a mistake, or I catch something that just doesn't make sense. So get into that habit of watching your video before you finalize it. I mean, you could go in and still edit this in WeVideo, but you'd have to re-export it, and who wants to do that if you catch your mistakes before you finish? So that's it. That's the first video that you're making this year. We will be making really fun videos in this class after this project. So if you have anything that you want to explore in WeVideo on your own in the meantime, go right ahead and do that. Kind of play around with the settings. That's how you're going to learn best, to figure out what is available for you in WeVideo as you learn to edit more.